So, let's recap. I've already made a music video type thing for Star Wars Celebration, so it's worth checking out before you watch this video. So here's a little link, cheeky little link, so you can go and watch that if you want. If not, you can stick around, but some stuff might not make sense. Back in the summer of this year, I was able to attend Star Wars Celebration. My good friend Pauline and I pulled together a huge ARC Trooper 5's, outfit for Saturday. I also went as Dogma for Friday, which was like a not in armor, but he's arrested kind of deal. The convention center was huge, enormous. The biggest convention I've ever gone to was MetroCon. This one definitely took the cake. All kinds of panels were taking place at the event. I didn't go to any. My dad and I mostly just wandered around. The vendors halls were huge. I'm gonna say that this is huge about a bajillion times because this is the biggest convention I've ever been to. We were just trying to take everything in. It was insane. I met some amazingly talented people, mostly from Instagram that I had been following, one of which was Echo, Call Me Snips, and there's so many other ones, but I'll get to them in a second. So on Friday, my dad and I stumbled across the artist section of the vendors hall. It's called Artist Alley in most anime conventions, but I don't know what it was called there. It was the Artist Alley, essentially. We were just walking around on Friday, and I was like, that's Joe Hogan. He makes all kinds of Clone Trooper art, and it's just the best. He does the art for Clone Wars Conversations that James Earl Taylor posts on YouTube, so maybe you have seen that. He was selling his print, which I will show. It's called Django's Finest, and it has so many Clone Troopers, including my main boys 5s, and Dogma, and Waxer, and Boyle, and just so many good boys. I came up to him and I was like, oh my god, you're Joe Hogan. And he was really impressed with that. I knew his stuff and I was like, dude, yeah, of course. I started talking with Joe and I was like, I'm gonna come tomorrow as 5s, and it's a dress type of deal. And it's really swell, and I'm sure you would enjoy it because you love the clones. And he was like, if you come tomorrow dressed up in 5s, I will 100% give and sign one of my prints for you for free. I was willing to drop 100 for this print. To be completely honest, I was like, I don't care how much that is, but I'm getting it and I'm putting it in my room. So he's like, I'll give it to you for free. And I was like, honey, no, I want to support your art. And he's like, no, you come tomorrow dressed up like you said you will, and I'll give it to you. So I was like, challenge accepted, Mr. Hogan. So I did, and it was great. Saturday came around. I was in full 5's armor, so we made a beeline to good old Mr. Hogan's booth, and by his word, he gave me that beautiful print. It's standing over here. And then all of a sudden, I look to my right, and there is a clone, and I'm just like, oh my god, I love your kit. And then I look a little bit further, and there is just a swarm, a full swarm of every single clone trooper in the convention center, coming through a skinny Artist Alley hallway for Mr. Hogan's art booth. And I was just sitting there in my little 5's getup and mask, just oh, hello. The whole reason why all the troops came in for Joe Hogan was because he was being inducted into the 501st as an honorary member because of all his work he did for the clones. And I was like, I wish that was me at some point. So 501st, you look out. There's another artist in town. So I was absolutely losing my mind. And that is where I met Tup. I also met 4 Rexes, plural Rex. A Rex, a troop of Rex, that took a picture with me because they thought they were really cool. There was another Rex that referred to me as 5's.
How you doing, 5's?
Of course, how are you doing?
Good.
And I was just like, hi. My dad and I also got the tickets, signature passes, whatever it's called, for Ashley Eckstein and Tamara Morrison, the actor for the clones. Star Wars Celebration, I love you, but honey, you need to get some things under control because the signature passes were insane. I did not even try for Mark Hamill or the big ones because it was a hot mess. I've met Ashley Eckstein, as y'all know, 3 times. Hi Ashley, if you're watching this. I absolutely adore her and her work and her universe and her clothes and just, I love her so much. And she's probably just like, I get it, girl. Like, I know you like me. Like, you don't have to come up to me every time you can. But I'm like, no, I do, because I want to let you know that I appreciate you. And every time I see her, it's like for a new reason. So I went and saw Ashley, and this is how it went.
Hi, good to see you.
This is for you. This is just a gift. Don't need to sign it. That's just for you.
You're so talented.
You've seen so many people. I've seen you twice at Star Wars weekends.
I know, I remember. Yes. No joke. No joke. No, it's true. And I remember your style. Yeah. No, I do. I do.
You can make me cry. Don't do so much makeup on today, Ashley. Oh, but it's so good to see you again.
Thank you so much. Did you make your costume?
I did, yeah. This is Fives, and so
Oh my god.
season 6 hit hard.
Wow.
But yeah.
I love this mashup, like fashion.
I meant to tell you,
mashup.
you inspired me to do this for her universe with the dresses and such. When you came out with all the dresses and stuff, I told my friend to bring me the armor and such. She's a doll. She helped me sew the dress. I'm like, listen, I gotta do this Archer Fives
Oh my
inspired
gosh.
dress.
Okay, can you step back?
Of course.
And I'll get one in the front and back.
Smile. Smile.
Yeah, I'll post it on her universe.
I've been following that all through this weekend.
Oh yeah! Gosh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I might not. I'll get it sometime within like the next 2 hours.
Yeah, you were swamped. I don't know.
This is amazing. Thank you so much. I literally keep every single Ahsoka drawing. So I'm trying to think. I have my stack of Star Wars weekends from a few years ago. So I'll have to
that's
go
probably
through.
somewhere in
Okay. What's your Instagram name?
It's Chris Cross Art.
Okay. I feel like I've seen you.
Seriously?
Instagram. Oh yeah, I love Instagram. There you go. Put a sticker on that.
She remembered me again. I don't want to be like, she remembered me, guys, because that is literally what I did last time. But yeah, she knows me. We're friends. Yeah, hi Ashley, how you doing? So yeah. And if you saw in that clip, she posted me on her Instagram page. Excuse me? I'm getting some of her Star Trek stuff, I think, for Christmas. And I'm ready. I'm getting off topic. I just love talking about Ashley. Okay, I'm sorry. So then the next we saw was Tamara Morrison. But we're like, is this the right line? And they're like, yeah, he's just, you know, he went on break real quick, so like he'll be back, but nobody's in line for him. And I was like, the legend? The man himself has no one in line? Okay. So my dad and I were at the front of the line, and he came back, and I was like, hello. I got him to sign Joe Hogan's print that I had gotten earlier that day, and he was like, oh yeah, like what's your favorite movie? And I'm like, Attack of the Clones. And he's like, no, seriously. And I'm like, seriously, Attack of the Clones, it's my favorite. And he was just floored. I felt so bad. I'm like, no buddy, it is my absolute favorite, still to this day. He was really, really sweet. I was so happy. Like, my autograph experiences were all painless and super easy. I also want to talk about the Instagram people that I met, because they are so sweet, and we are still friends over Instagram, and they message like me all the time. Commander Blackout and Fet Tup. They sent me a print which is hanging up literally right by my desk. I met Call Me Snips in line. She's an amazing Ahsoka that is part of the 501st Legion. She was also Mortis Ahsoka for the con, and that was when I saw her. I was in line to get into the convention on Saturday, and my dad and I were like, yo. We had eventually made eye contact, and I was like, that's an amazing Ahsoka, and she thought it was really cool, and I was like, thank you. So yeah, I follow her on Instagram, and we message each other sometimes, and it's really sweet. She's so sweet. And then I also met Echo, which I had followed on Instagram, I think, prior to Star Wars Celebration. And my dad and I were walking down the hall, and of course it was when I was Dogma and not Fives. I don't know, I guess I was just like taking the environment in. And I turned behind me, and I just see Echo in full costume, and I just like hit the floor. Like, you know when you get so excited, you're just like, your entire body gives out? I hit the floor. And there was a girl walking with Echo, and I just look at her and I go, is that I'm Echo from Instagram? And she's like, yeah. I got up and like ran up to him. I was like, dude, hi, I'm so-and-so on Instagram. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember you. And I was like, you do? And I was so excited. Because Saturday I found him, but he was not wearing Echo. His friend was. But regardless, I went and took a picture with him because Fives and Echo, the dream team, the meme team, the best team. So I took pictures with him, and it was really sweet. He's so talented. He makes all kinds of props and stuff like that. I know he makes, like, all kinds of stuff for Overwatch 2 as well as Star Wars. Go check out his stuff. He's amazing. The whole weekend was amazing. Go check out my music video kind of video thing that I did for the event, because that will fill in the gaps for a lot of the things that I'm talking about here. You'll see it in person. I'll never ever forget this weekend. And I can't wait for the next Star Wars celebration. I hope it comes by in Florida again because it's easy for me to go on and pop over. But if not, you know, I'm ready. I'll get on a plane. Let's go. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little recap video. I'll see you guys next time for the recap, which will be Game Grumps Live. Oh my god. So, bye.